The film began in 1845 from the perspective of a young woman. She was being hanged from a tree, and a mask was nailed to her face before the townsfolk burned her alive. While she burned, they recited an incantation and held a doll towards her face. Her charred body was left hanging from the tree. The scene then shifted to present-day Boston, Massachusetts, where a disgraced journalist named Jerry Finn received a tip about something unusual happening nearby. He asked for more details and went to investigate, as a local farmer believed that his cow had been marked by Satanists. However, Jerry discovered that it was only the man's son who had painted the cow's rear. Shortly after, Father Hagen arrived and asked the farmer to remove the cow from church property. As Jerry prepared to leave, he suddenly heard a whisper calling him toward a nearby tree. There, he found a burned doll, identical to the one seen in the earlier scene, with the date February 31st, 1845 engraved on it. He accidentally stepped on the doll's head and broke it. Then, he took some photos of the farmer with the doll and the cow, hoping to make a compelling story out of it. While leaving town that night, Jerry saw a young woman named Alice Padette standing in the middle of the road, causing him to lose control and crash his car into a tree. He then saw her walking into the woods and decided to follow. She approached the same tree from before and murmured something before collapsing. Jerry carried her to Father Hagen's house, where it was revealed that Hagen was her uncle. He called Dr. Natalie Gates, who informed Jerry that Alice was both deaf and mute. Outside, while speaking with Natalie, Jerry insisted that he had heard Alice speak. But Natalie told him that was impossible. Alice had clipophile dysplasia and had not spoken since childhood. Afterwards, she dropped him off at a hotel. Jerry decided to stay in Banfield, believing there might be a story with a religious angle that he could report. He attended a sermon at the church where Hagen was preaching. During the service, Alice suddenly heard a whisper calling her name. She stood up and began to leave, and to everyone's surprise, the congregation started following her. She stopped near the tree, where she saw a spirit. After a brief moment, she spoke, stunning the crowd, and claimed to hear the voice of Mary, who, through Alice, asked everyone to return to the tree the next day. Dr. Natalie conducted tests and confirmed that Alice could now hear and speak normally. Meanwhile, Jerry contacted his former employer, Monica Slade, telling her he had witnessed a genuine miracle. She reminded him that he had previously been fired for fabricating a story and refused to listen. That night, Jerry had a dream of a ghostly woman crawling out of a nearby stream. A drop of water landed on his head, waking him to find moisture forming on the ceiling above him. The next day, townspeople gathered once more at the tree, hopeful for another miracle. However, Father Hagen informed them that he had asked Alice to stay indoors, believing it was all too overwhelming for her. Disappointed, the people prepared to leave, until Alice emerged, walked to the tree, and began hearing whispers once again. She then approached a paraplegic boy named Toby Walsh. Speaking in Mary's voice, Alice told Toby to walk. Miraculously, the boy stood and walked unaided, stunning the onlookers and convincing many that this was a divine miracle. Jerry recorded the entire event as the crowd began to pray. Inside the church, the statue of the Virgin Mary appeared to be bleeding. Soon after, news of the miracle spread across television networks. Jerry met Bishop Giles, who introduced him to Monsignor Delgard, a Vatican investigator sent to verify whether the miracles were authentic. Delgard explained that he intended to use all available scientific tools and medical professionals to debunk or confirm the events. Alice then appeared before the media. When Jerry asked what Mary wanted, she replied, "Faith." Meanwhile, it was revealed that Father Hagen was ill, and the church was about to be converted into a sanctuary. Jerry asked Giles for exclusive access to Alice, promising to report the truth and take responsibility if the miracles were proven false. Though Delgard objected, Giles granted Jerry a second chance. Hagen later returned to the tree and found the broken doll. As he examined it, a ghostly figure seemed to stalk him. Jerry then interviewed Alice, who explained that Mary wished to reach as many people as possible. When Jerry asked why Mary had chosen her, Alice answered that Mary gave voice to the voiceless. She had prayed, been healed, opened herself to Mary, and received her. According to Alice, Mary told her she missed the power of her words and saw someone in need. Alice said Jerry must now spread Mary's voice to the world. Soon after, Hagen pulled Jerry aside and warned him not to exploit Alice for personal gain. Coughing heavily, Hagen confessed that he was concerned. Wherever God goes, the profane often follows. He said that those who had seen Mary before either went mad or died. That night, Jerry saw a ghostly apparition behind him in his hotel room. The next day, he sat in the church with Delgard while Alice sang with Hagen. During this, Hagen had a severe coughing fit and collapsed. Jerry called an ambulance, but Alice placed her hand on Hagen's chest, and he suddenly began to breathe normally. Both Delgard and Jerry were shocked, especially when Delgard claimed to see a ghost behind Alice. Later, Natalie compared X-rays of Hagen before and after the incident and confirmed that his condition had been completely cured. She also informed Jerry that Toby's condition had no known cure, and yet the boy was now completely healthy and walking. With Hagen healed and Toby's recovery confirmed, the tree was officially declared a sanctuary, and Banfield saw a surge in tourism. Monica called Jerry, asking him to return to the newspaper, but Jerry told her he wanted the editor position since he had exclusive access to Alice. Meanwhile, Hagen smoked in the church and heard whispers. He noticed a crack in the wall and picked up a book that revealed something disturbing about the devil. Jerry spoke with Natalie about the doll, and she explained that such dolls were intended to bring good luck, but could also trap evil spirits, using the impossible date February 31st to keep them sealed. They walked past a stream Jerry recognized from his dream. Natalie told him that in 1845, the area became church property. Jerry noticed bubbles rising in the water and saw the apparition again. He told Natalie he needed to see Hagen. Something had happened there that was connected to the church. Hagen later heard a voice in the confessional claiming to be Mary. She accused him of various sins, blasphemy, lust, destruction, and told him she had come for him. She reminded him that she healed him, but he repaid her with doubt. She then revealed that it was Satan who had given him the power to perform miracles. Terrified, Hagen was attacked by the ghostly figure. Later, Jerry found Hagen hanging from the ceiling in an apparent suicide. After paramedics took the body, Jerry spoke with Giles, who asked him to remain discreet. Jerry then interviewed Alice again, who said that Mary wanted them to continue their work. When Jerry asked if the miracles could be the work of a demonic force, Alice responded, "That doubt weakens faith." That night, Jerry heard whispers again and saw Mary, who vanished immediately. Reviewing footage later, he slowed the video from Hagen's funeral and saw Mary's ghost flicker into view. Jerry and Natalie explored the church basement for records and found Latin texts about demons and witches. One passage detailed the story of Mary Ellen, a healer who was persecuted. Those who doubted her met dark fates. The townspeople accused her of witchcraft, submerged her in Peter Quad Creek, and forced her to confess. They nailed a mask of the Virgin Mary to her face and burned her alive, trapping her spirit in the doll Jerry had broken. Alice stood during a ceremony and said Mary wanted everyone to gather at the sanctuary. Jerry and Natalie realized that Hagen had been killed for uncovering the truth. The miracles weren't divine but demonic, tied to Mary Ellen's vengeful spirit. Mary then attacked them, but they managed to escape. Jerry and Natalie went to the Archdiocese of Boston to inform Giles and Delgard. Giles revealed he already knew. Delgard, however, had not been told and insisted they not interfere with the upcoming service. Research revealed that Mary Ellen had a son, adopted by a man named Nicholas Packet, meaning Alice was her descendant. Mary Ellen had made a pact with the devil to live through her bloodline. At that moment, the document caught fire. A statue of Mary shattered, and Mary emerged, preparing to attack Jerry, until Delgard arrived and drove her away. Now convinced, Delgard warned that the people's belief in Mary was giving her more power. He joined Jerry and Natalie at the church to bless the doll and return Mary's spirit to it. But when he lit the match, Mary extinguished it and set the cross ablaze. It fell and impaled Delgard, setting him on fire. Jerry and Natalie fled. At the ritual site, Mary was absorbing the crowd's faith to grow stronger. Jerry and Natalie realized the only way to stop her was to make the people doubt her. Jerry publicly claimed that he had fabricated the entire story. Alice was not a healer, and everything had a medical explanation. Natalie supported him, and the crowd began to lose faith. Mary threatened that Alice would lose her voice forever if they didn't believe, but Alice declared that Jerry was right, Mary was not real. Enraged, Mary set the tree on fire. Chaos broke out. Toby lost the ability to walk again, and Natalie carried him to safety. Mary emerged from the burning tree and killed Giles by pressing her hand to his chest. Jerry and Alice ran, but Mary appeared and attacked. As she prepared to kill Jerry, Alice stepped between them and took the fatal blow. With her last descendant gone, Mary's spirit lost its anchor and was destroyed. Jerry held Alice's body and prayed for her life, and she miraculously revived. Jerry embraced her. Later, Jerry and Natalie visited Hagen's grave with Alice to pay tribute. Though Alice was once again deaf and mute, Jerry found a way to communicate. He told Natalie he was astonished. Alice had no pulse and wasn't breathing, yet survived. Natalie wondered if perhaps God had truly performed a miracle. As they left, a verse from Matthew 7:15 appeared. "Beware of false prophets, who come to you in sheep's clothing but inwardly are ravenous wolves." The final image showed the statue of the Virgin Mary once again crying blood, suggesting that the evil may yet return. If you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss our next movie breakdown. Want more? Check out our recap of similar movie right here. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.